Samsara dava nalalidhaloka Tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam Samsara dava nalalidhaloka Tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam Pratasya kalayene Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Vasudevaya. So we'll enter the cocoon even deeper. Now we're living in the cocoon. Means we are really allowing us our heart, we're allowing ourselves to change. We're committing to really be different. This is not just another, weekend escape or just a break from a routine. This is where we're working very hard to change ourselves substantially. So forget about the outside world for today. Today it's just us and the holy names. It's about chanting the holy name and connecting with the Lord. Bruce Lee once said, I am not afraid of a person who knows 10,000 kicks, different types of kicks. I'm not afraid of that person. I am afraid of the person who has one kick and practices it 10,000 times. I thought that was very profound. If you do one thing and you do it really, really well, it's a powerful insight. Real mastery rarely comes from learning many, many techniques, like real masters. It comes from practicing one essential thing very deeply, repeatedly, with full focus, with full force. Then you become a master. In many ways, our japa practice is exactly like that. In spiritual life, we will chant. We will chant again. There will be repetition. There will be reflection. And through that repetition, something beautiful begins to happen. When at first something what it seems mechanical gradually becomes intentional. World. Obviously, I must be focused. No. We've accomplished things in the world because we're able to focus a little bit. But what we need here, what's demanded here, is a lot of deep focus. A lot more than we're used to. We can get away with little focus and succeed in the world. You want to succeed in Krishna consciousness, you need to bring your A game of focus. Everything you've got. Focus. Not tension. No tension. Not force. But loving attention to the holy name. That's the kind of focus we're talking about. We're not stuck in one place. Every mantra is a step. So every mantra brings us closer to Krishna. We're not like the wheel spinning in the mud, car not moving anywhere. No, every turn of the wheel moves us closer to Krishna. See? So let us begin. When I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, does that count? Does that count? Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Because incoming also I'm chanting. It sounds funny. The reason why it sounds funny and the reason why it doesn't count is we're calling out to somebody. You know? If I'm calling out to Christopher, hey Christopher, come here, come here. Before he comes here, he'll call 911. Because obviously I can't breathe. No, the thing is, it's not natural because that's not how you call out to somebody. Now, I understand the reason why this is not the first time hearing this question, and I've heard it many times. I also thought about it myself. I've even tried it myself. And the reason why it's very natural to do it is because we want to make the best use of our time. And we notice that it takes time to take an inhalation. Might as well take advantage. It's very natural to do that. But our vocal cords, where we produce the sound, are actually a one-way street. It's exit only. No re-entry. It's like the exit ramp on the highway. You can't come back. So, yes, you may try to force it, but that's not good. So similarly, it's a valve that moves one direction. A vocal cords are not the same as our breathing tube. Breathing tube, you go in and out breath, right? But vocal cords only come out one way. So you take in breath, and then Hare Krishna, right? Like that. So that's the reason why we do it. One is very natural. It's also unnatural to try that. It's very natural to call out to somebody like that. And it's also not good for you to do that. To force it. And then like, I did 50, but now I have to go somewhere else. So you just let that round go. Bonus. Start from point 1. Yeah, this is good for you because you get more mantras in the day. Yeah. Don't keep half around. Some people keep like a hair clip on the thing. I've seen them do that. I've seen them do it. Like they on their bead bag, right? On the bead bag, they have a bobby pin. There you go. Yeah. So they have bobby pin. So all time-saving ideas you can get from Sundari Radha.
Guilty.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You can do it, but consider it a bonus. Just let it go. It's like, in India, we count money. Here, you don't count so much money but here you pay something like a stack of 100 rupees. Then you count. In India, people count a lot because 100 rupees is just $1. So you keep counting. And sometimes, where was I? You start again. Isn't it?
Yeah.
You're counting the bills. Was it 7 or did I count 8? Forget it. It's like that. So, but he counted on a rope with knots in it. He carried a rope and he had knots in it and he carried it around his waist actually. He wore it around his waist like a belt. And he would count the knots with his left hand. Why was he counting left hand? Normally we don't chant with left hand. The knots he would hold with the left hand, and the counting he would do with the right hand on the fingers like this. So this is 10. He would count 10. There's a way to count 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he would move one knot. And then 10. And then one knot. So then if he moves 10 knots, he has done 100. Something like that. The technique.
So I've seen that.
She's looking, wait, I have more than 10.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
What?
How do you count? 10?
Yeah, she's looking at her. He has 10, but I have like
12.
Wow. I have 12 and maybe, let me see his finger. No. There's a technique. Okay, look carefully. start here, in this ring finger, on the middle one of the ring finger. Very odd place to start, but that's where you start. 1, you go down. 2, 3, this pinky. Bottom of the pinky. You're counting spaces, okay? You're not counting lines, you're counting spaces. Spaces between lines. So put your finger in this space first. 1. Next one is 2. Can you see it? Third one is 3, pinky. Move up. 4. The tip of the pinky. 5. Then you start moving the tips. 6, 7, 8. Then you move down. 9 and 10. This is the method to count sacred mantras on your hand. It's the name of Krishna, who is full of all pleasure. So my dear Lord, please engage me in your service. It's a begging, you're asking something. It has a meaning. The meaning of the mantra is, please engage me in your service. Please accept me. Please accept me into your devotional service. That's what it means. It's an application, job application. Keep submitting it. So sit up straight. Take a moment to be grateful. Take a moment to really express some feeling to the Lord. My Lord, you're so amazing. You're so sweet, the way you did. You stole the butter. It's so cute. That's appreciation, affection, softness. Then smile. Then you chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We're going to do a lot of this today. Hare Krishna, find a comfortable spot. We're going to do some group exercises, so we're going to do, hey, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. All right. Did we lose some members?
I don't see them out there, but I think they're around.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, I need to turn this thing on. Okay, so what we will do is we will continue what we were doing earlier. Try to improve our focus a little bit more. We started with 1 mantra, then with 2, then 3. So we'll build up on a little bit of the weight training, okay? And then we'll do a couple of other exercises, which are very, I think, quite useful. So this works. Remember the Bruce Lee line we quoted this morning? What did he say? I'm not afraid of the person who knows 10,000 different kicks. I'm afraid of the person who practices one kick 10,000 times. That's the one I'm afraid of, because that's effective. We have to crack through many layers of rock, sedimentary rock that we've accumulated, layers of cynicism, selfishness that we've accumulated not just in this lifetime, but in many, many, many lifetimes of being selfish, of turning away from the Lord. And to crack through that, we need those 10,000 kicks every day. To kick through, we need a lot of strength, resilience. That's why we find it so difficult to even chant 3 mantras in a row without losing our focus. That's what we're going to practice, okay? So, we said let's sit up straight, align the head and neck. Let's pray to the Lord, my dear Lord. I'm really trying to come close to you through this method of chanting Hare Krishna. Please give me the strength, the wherewithal, the intelligence and the clarity to make substantial progress this weekend, and also going forward in my life, that I can really break through all these layers of ignorance. So now, with this prayerful mood, begging mood, humble mood, we will chant 5 mantras only. Only 5 mantras. But imagine these are the last 5 mantras of your life. What will be the quality of your begging? What will be the quality of your yearning? What will be the quality of your remorse of having wasted life and crying for the Lord? Take a moment to get into that heart space. Focus, complete focus. Anybody will do all 5 with full focus? Yes, Krishi Prabhu. Okay, that's only 1. Anybody could do 4? Got derailed at the 5th one. At least 4. Okay, at least 3. 3 is good, including the 4 one. If you keep your hand up, at least 3. If you did 4, okay. Yeah? Okay, good. All right. You can see it's still not easy to keep the score. I mean, you're trying to keep score, but of course, when we do the chanting every day, we're not going to be like keeping score like we're doing right now. We're just going to focus as much as we can. And whenever we find ourselves straying, we just pull our mind back. Like Krishna says in the Gita, from wherever the mind wanders, one must certainly bring it back. It's a Gita verse. It's very important. You have to stop moving. Okay? You can't allow the mind to be off track all the time. If we see it off track, we have to bring it back. This is not easy to do. Arjuna told Krishna, the mind is more difficult to control than the wind. Can you imagine trying to control this raging wind with your 2 hands? It's not possible. He says, Chanchalahi mana Krishna pramati balavadridam tasyaham nigraham manye vayur eva sadushkaram. This is more difficult to control than the wind, the mind. But that was Arjuna. Maybe Arjuna was like a space case. He wasn't a very focused person. That's not true. Arjuna was so focused, if you know the Mahabharata, he could balance himself on those 2 weighing scales on 2 sides. Look, the spinning metal fish up there, spinning really fast, and he'd look in the reflection in the water and shoot through the eye of that fish while balancing on. That's how much focus he had. And that same Arjuna says, Krishna, I can't focus my mind. So who are we? We should recognize the challenge that we've taken up. Don't be feeling defeated by it. But Krishna didn't say, oh Arjuna, that's not true. Mind is very easy to control. Is that what Krishna said? No. He said, Asamshayam Mahabhaho. Certainly, you're right. He said, you're absolutely right. He said, Asamshayam Mahabhaho. Oh, mighty armed Arjuna. You have big arms, but you're right about the blind. It's not easy, but it's not impossible. He said it's possible through 2 things. Then you remember what those 2 things are.
Abhyasa
and
Vairagya.
Vairagya. So the Sanskrit is Abhyasa and Vairagya. Anybody know what those mean? Abhyas means? Practice. That's the 10,000 kick we're talking about. Practice. And Vairagya. Renunciation or detachment. Detachment. Renouncing or detaching yourself means learn to leave stuff out the door. If we detach ourselves from our stresses, our mind tends to be occupied by our stresses, our worries. We worry about everything. Learn to detach ourselves from the worries, at least for the time being, while we're chanting, you see. And we practice. And then we realize that life is not worth stressing about. Okay? So see it. But your eyes are still closed. Embrace the sound coming from your mouth. This is Krishna. Focus on that sound with your mind. You're sitting in the cathedral of sound. The cathedral is inside your body. And the sound is reverberating inside your body. The base, the floor of the cathedral is like the base of your spine. And then the lungs and the rest of up to your neck is like the rest of the space to the ceiling of the cathedral, and the beautiful sound of Hare Krishna mantra coming. The cathedral of sound is producing this. You focus on the sound itself only. only the mantra, the name. Okay? Focus on the mouth producing this challenge in our japa. So, most of us experience this. We sit down to chat in all sincerity, in all earnestness. And within the moments, the mind travels somewhere else. It begins planning. It begins remembering things. Sometimes happy memories, sometimes memories that make us aggravated. It begins analyzing things. It begins worrying, as if somehow worrying is a very productive thing to do. So a lot of the times the mind goes everywhere except the holy name. So Krishna tells Arjuna something very important. He said the mind is the best friend and also the worst enemy. And what determines which one it becomes is our training. We have to train daily in practice. So in our tradition, we often describe the subtle body as consisting of three components: mind, intelligence, and false ego, or the ego. The mind is the emotional, impulsive part of our psyche. But it's also the place where all the action really happens. It's like this projector screen, and what we project on the screen is what we're experiencing. The mind is that screen. Mind is reactive. It reacts to pleasant and unpleasant. The intelligence is different. The intelligence evaluates. The mind doesn't evaluate. The mind is impulsive. If you see you're evaluating something, that's not the mind, that's the intelligence working. You're weighing the pros and cons, thinking it through, that's the intelligence. The intelligence decides direction and guides the mind. So, the intelligence, if it's well trained, can also train the mind on what to get excited about, what to be happy about, and what to not get too worked up about. That's why people who are more mature, they don't get worked up about trivial things. Little children, when the lollipop falls into the sand, they cry. When I'm having a lollipop and fall in the sand, I also cry. But grown-ups, mature people don't. Mature people don't cry. Why? Because intelligence is developed. When the intelligence is strong, the mind gradually becomes cooperative. So it's not that our intelligence is not strong. It's just that we haven't done the work of bringing the mind along to cooperate. We just let it go. All of us are capable of bringing the mind along. And that's this exercise here, what we're doing right now. The practice part. We've let the mind be on its own. We've spoiled the child. It's time to bring the child back in and gradually, gently coax the child to do what's best for the child, even though it may not feel like doing it. The mind may not feel like focusing on the holy name because it's so used to running around all over the room, all over the world, the universe. So studying philosophy is so important. Prabhupada spends so many hours every night to write these books for us so that we could read it. Philosophy strengthens our intelligence. It trains us to see the same problem from different angles, from different facets, different perspectives. And then the intelligence can guide the mind. So we need to know that the mind needs to do one thing, and that is hear. And when we give full attention to the mind, to the holy name, we are proving to Krishna one thing. What are we trying to convince Lord Krishna? Remember, we're trying to convince Lord Krishna about something. I'm changed. I'm different. I am now genuinely
Yours.
interested. I'm interested in being yours. I'm interested. That's the bottom line. Our success in life is to prove to Krishna that I'm interested. If Krishna is convinced you're genuinely interested, the work is done by him. Actually. We don't have to do any more work. But Krishna is not gullible. Just by saying I'm interested, no, show me. How interested are you? You can't even sit straight. You can't even say my name. So of course he gives us credit for every little thing we do. Even if we're not doing it properly, he gives us credit for it. He's looking for that spark. But if the more we give him, the more he reciprocates. There's a verse in Gita that says that Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam satheva bhajamyaham. To the degree you turn to me, to the degree you come closer to me, to the degree you're trying to be interested in me, to that degree I'll be interested in you. That's pretty selfish of Krishna, or it's not very nice. You're just going to be interested in me if I'm interested in you? It's pretty lame God. No. Krishna is always interested in us. We're the ones who told him, I don't want you in my life. That's why we're in this material world. We are in this world because we've told him, I don't want you in my life. So we have to undo that blunder. That's what this is all about. And every time we do something selfish, we're telling Krishna, I'm not interested in you. And every time we do something truly selflessly devotional, it moves us in the other direction toward Krishna. He's very interested in us all the time. He doesn't want to force himself on us. When someone forces themselves on us, it's not intimacy, it's assault. Krishna doesn't do that. We need to give him consent to come closer. We need to tell him that, my Lord, I am interested in you. I'm realizing the pain in my heart is because I missed you, and I didn't even know that I missed you. Now I know where the hole in the heart is. We all have a hole in our heart that is shaped exactly like Krishna. With the flute. Shaped exactly like Krishna. We try to put other things in it. It's not shaped the same as Krishna. And it'll never fill the gap. Today finally we're saying, this Hare Krishna mantra that's going to fill the gap in the heart, and then it fits perfectly and you feel fully satisfied. And that's what we're looking for. The mind is always turning to Krishna. And how? By hearing. Only hearing. Don't do anything else. Don't multitask. Okay? The essence of japa is not even speaking, it's hearing. If we chant but we don't hear, then the mind easily wanders. But if we focus on hearing each syllable, something powerful happens. The mind gradually becomes absorbed. So the practice today is very simple. We train ourselves to hear, just hear. Okay? This time we'll do 10. We'll go for 10 for 10, okay? We'll smile gently. If you don't feel like smiling, smile. Now you feel like smiling. Smile at our good fortune, that we're able to chant Krishna's name. There's nothing more fortunate than that. Smile gently, close our eyes, pause for 5 seconds to regroup yourself, then chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, it's wonderful. So now, our pre-retreat kind of regular chanting that we do normally. Okay? We're going to work on evaluating that. So, we're going to do breakout session. Everybody find a partner. Just find the person nearest to you. Find one partner. Okay? Find a partner. One partner. Everyone found a partner? Look around.
Pace in a normal regular rhythm, and not like the first part is fine and then the next part is I'm pacing. So
yeah, that's important. The pace is this is kind of feedback that no one's going to give it to us unless we actually do an exercise like this. It's true. Yes, thank you. Dave?
Hare Krishna. So I found myself saying it fast, probably copying Prabhupada. In the beginning, I said Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. But then I found myself saying Hare Ram instead of Rama. So I found my mistake.
Of course.
Sometimes it was there, sometimes not. But I'm not saying all the time I've been doing it like that. Instead of Hare Rama, I'm saying Hare Ram.
Yeah. That's a very minor one, but that's fine. But yeah, we try to improve that. Thank you. Anyone else had any interesting reflection, insights? Yes.
Oh, you can. It's okay. I think.
No.
Oh, sorry. So my reflection was that even though I know Krishna is in my heart, when I had a physical person standing and watching me, I was more attentive, which is how we should be thinking. So my wife's watching me chant. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be very attentive. But Krishna's there watching all the time, right? But when you had a physical person in front of me, it seemed like I'd be focused on.
Yeah, the Krishna in the heart is not a monkey over there. Anyone else? No, it's good to have, this is the reason why we do this exercise, is that we tend to become aware. It's all about awareness. And so, yes, anybody else want to share? Yes. Yeah.
I actually, Hare Krishna, I have a question more than a share is, in terms of holding the bag, holding the beads in the bag, I know some people kind of hold it at the chest, and some people in the lap, or on the legs. Or is there anything?
No, there's no rule like that. I like to hold it up to my heart, but that's just body language. Like when you're calling someone, but it doesn't have to be. Sometimes like this on your lap or on your knee. That's also okay. There's no rule. It depends on what's comfortable for you. It doesn't really matter. But if you find that holding to your heart kind of creates a mood. Because before I used to do like this, then I found when I hold it to my heart, it creates a mood. Like, begging. Like this. If that works for you. It may not work for you, I'm just saying try what works. These are very minor things, but it could end up being, something that works. So there's no rule like that. Alright? Yes, Prabhuji.
Just to extend to his point, as he was watching me, I was more conscious. And I was thinking, what should I do to build that type of relationship? That I'm very aware that Krishna is right there, and I'm taking his name. That is itself Krishna.
Thank you. Very good point. Yes, that Krishna is he's a person right there. Anybody else? He's right there in presence. Yes.
Some people say Hare Rama and some people say Hare Rama based on the location. But is there any difference?
Yeah, so some people say Hare Rama and some people say Hare Rama. So the proper way is to pronounce Rama. Because it's 32 syllables in the mantra. If you just say Ram, that becomes one syllable instead of two. The whole mantra is 32. Hare Krishna, Hare. Every word has 2 syllables. 16 words, 32 syllables. See, so that's the proper way. In the science of pronouncing mantras, the number of syllables is important because that determines the meter of your, even verses. If you say the verses of the Gita or anything, there's a meter. If you skip a syllable, it throws off the meter. So there's a science behind pronouncing mantras. So we want to go for that more accurate sound. However, it doesn't really matter if you don't pronounce it so accurately. It's not the end of the world. What matters is the feeling by which you call out. So Krishna is looking for that feeling. But what we're trying to prove to Krishna is that we are interested. If you're interested, means you will try to do, you're interested in improving. You're interested in what we call best practices. So Rama is more complete than Ram. Also try to pronounce it correctly. It's not Rama. It's not Rama. It's not Krishna. It's Krishna. It's not Hare, it's Hare. So like that. If no A and A, there's a difference. A, the long one. A, the short one. Okay? Like that. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, there you come.
One question. Sometimes I've heard people saying Ramo.
Oh yeah, Ramo.
What's
Singers.
And it's like when they're singing, they say Ramo, but they're trying to say Rama. Actually, there's anecdotal evidence that Prabhupada, someone was chanting with the harmonium, Hare Ramo, and Prabhupada said, who is this Ramo? Of course, he's making fun.
That's what I want to know.
But that's not correct. But a lot of people still do it for effect. They do it for sounding more authentic Bengali. As a Bengali, any Bengalis here from West Bengal here? Yes, in Bengali, you say O instead of A. It's very common. And even they like the name like that, like Vijay. In North India, we'll say Vijay. In Bengal, they pronounce Bijoy. The A becomes O. It's not. It's a Bengali like tweak. It's just a flavor of the language. But when we chant Hare Krishna, even though Srila Prabhupada himself was Bengali, he didn't say Ramo. He said Rama. So that's the point. Just because you're Bengali doesn't mean you have to bring that flavor. I mean, if you're really from the deep Bengal, I think that's quite acceptable. But then you have to say everything else like, oh, okay, then it makes sense. Then you have to say Krishna also. Ore Krishna. So I've heard it sung like that also. And it's very Bangladeshi authentic and it's very sweet. But that's just the way they say it. In fact, I saw this very nice clip of little children chanting Japa. But the children were from China. And they're chanting Japa with so much love. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Lama, Hare Lama. They were like trees, but they didn't say Ra sound, they didn't have R sound, they did La. Hare Krishna, Hare Lama. And it's perfectly fine. Because Krishna sees the heart. They just don't have that sound in their language. For whatever reason. Or maybe that's the way they're taught, that how to say. Doesn't matter. But we know, so we can, and if you're able to turn your tongue that way, then let's do it properly. That's what matters. Okay?
It's really like an accent.
It's an accent. But even accent can be so extreme that it changes certain consonants. You see? I mean, even, for example, Western accent, right? It's American or English. We don't roll the R's so much. We just say But then in most other countries, we roll them. Right? We say Hare Ram, Hare Hare. But in Western, we say Hare, Hare Rama. It's a little bit different. Isn't it? And then if you take the extreme, it's you wascal, you wabbit, Hare Rama. Like Elmer Fudd. So it's an accent. Yeah, in Britain, they train you how to pronounce it. Round and round the rugged rock, the wretched rascal ran. You have to say that 20 times. So you learn how to roll the R's. So this is an accent thing. Even in one country of Germany, in Germany, In South Germany, they roll the R's. This is rot. But in Northern Germany, they'll say with the throat, rot. It's completely different. When I went to Germany, we visited Germany.
That's how Gurmat speaks like.
Yeah, that Gurma speaks like it. Our Gurma is from Germany. Now she knows. The little boys in Germany, they get nice Krishna conscious names. Your name is Balagam. Balagam. No, Balaram. But that's how they say Balagam. Yeah. It's just the accent. It's very cute. Little boys. So, Dhiro vadati Krishnaya. Dhiro vadati. No, Murkho vadati Vishnaya. Dhiro vadati Vishnave. Bhavagrahi Janardana. So, Dhiro vadati, Murkho vadati Vishnaya. Murkho means a fool. He says Vishnaya. Like when you want to offer something to Vishnu, you don't say Vishnaya. Dhiro vadati Vishnave. The educated person says Vishnave. You don't say Vishnaya. For Krishna, you say Krishnaya. But for Vishnu, you say Vishnave. But the fool thinks he also says Vishnaya. But Krishna doesn't care. He's Bhava Grahi Janardana. He'll accept the prayer of even the fool who mispronounces it and just grammatically. In fact, he accepts that more than the person who's very particular in pronunciation, his heart is not in it. That's why the heart feeling is important. So don't worry, Bhava Grahi, Bhava is most important. But we cannot come to the gate of Bhava, which is the third gate, without going through the first two gates. Means we have to give everything we've got to come to Bhav. We have to really get our mind aligned. Alright? Any other comments or questions? Reflections? I wanted to share about the mind a little bit more, because this is our biggest project here, is the mind, okay? It's the impulsive faculty that accepts or rejects things based on what feels good and based on its repository of desires. So the mind is a collection of desires, a repository. I like this, I like this, I like this. We collect them. And those change. 2 years ago I used to like this particular brand of candy, but now I like this one. Things change, we evolve. That's the mind, it's impulsive. If it feels good, I'll do it. If it doesn't feel good, I won't do it. That's the mind, like a child. The intelligence is the rational faculty that overrides the impulses of the mind for greater good. The intelligence trains the mind what to be happy about, what to get excited about, what to cheer for. When the child is sick, the mother puts bitter medicine in the spoon. The impulse is to spit it out. But the more intelligent child will be swallow the medicine. I know it doesn't taste good, but it's good for me because I'll get cured. That's the function of the intelligence. So, intelligence governs the mind. Intelligence trains the mind. The emotional, childlike mind takes its cues from the intelligence. So in this picture, which is intelligence? This one?
The dad.
The dad is intelligence, and this one is the mind, okay? I hope this works. Okay, watch it again. What do we learn from this? The intelligence trains the mind what to be excited about. That's why devotees who are mature, they get very excited about doing japa. I can't look seriously, and that's where we want to be. We want to know which team to cheer for. This poor kid, he was cheering for the wrong team. Because he saw that the goal was scored, so yeah, goal. Oh, not the wrong side. We train ourselves to be excited about certain things. That's who we are. Why do you think some kids are just excited about kirtan and listening to classes and being the first in class? Raise their hand, they know all the answers. And then some kids couldn't care less at all. They're like, when can I get out of here? Why? Because somehow, what is exciting for one is not exciting for the other, because everybody's intelligence trains their mind differently. We have to apply intelligence to train our mind. So what do we do then? We have to strengthen our intelligence by studying the Siddhanta, the philosophy, very seriously. Read, discuss. We have these reading circles, we have these Zoom calls, all kinds of satsang going on in Krishna conscious arena. Hear, ask questions, read again, and then try to teach or explain it to others. Because when you try to explain to others and you ask for questions, and you can't answer the questions, it'll really give you impetus to study more. You see? Especially to kids. If you can explain something to kids, then you understand it. This way, with a more confident intelligence, our mind will be guided more sharply. Then the emotional energy of the mind has a lot of emotional energy. It gets channeled toward the higher goals. And we dance for Krishna, genuinely. The smile that comes when we chant in front of Krishna is a genuine smile. That point, the mind becomes your friend. Krishna says friend and enemy both, right? The untrained mind, if this kid keeps cheering for the wrong side, he's your enemy. Like, you're not my son anymore. How can you cheer for the Buffalo Bills? Or whatever. Right? It'll become an asset, not a liability, if it's channeled correctly. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes a very good point. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 2:117, it's an important verse. He says this, Siddhanta boliya chitte nakaro alasha iha hoite Krishne lage shudreda manasha. He says, Nakar alash. Alash means laziness. Don't be lazy in studying scripture. A sincere student should not neglect the discussion of such conclusions, the philosophy. Consider them controversial or maybe boring. For such discussions strengthen the mind. And thus one's mind becomes attached to Sri Krishna. When we become attached, we become attracted, we become interested, Krishna comes running. In the Gita, Krishna focuses so much on the mind. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru. Mam eva sisi yuktvavam atmanam mat prayana. This is man mana bhava mad bhakto. He says, engage your mind always in thinking of me. It's not easy to do because our mind thinks of other things. Because we are accustomed to being selfish. We're not accustomed to being spiritually aligned. Become my devotee, offer obeisances. Every time we offer obeisances, we offer humility. We offer worship, like we did this morning, we did nice worship. Then you become absorbed in me and you'll come to me. Because we'll not go where we're not interested in going. And Krishna won't allow us into his kingdom if we're not interested. Like, I'm not going to force you to come in here. And I'm not interested in people who are not interested in coming here. I don't need that kind of energy in my house. So we have to genuinely be interested. And then he'll open the door for us, 100%. So many verses. These are verses in different mind. On the mind in the Gita. Indriyana manaschasmi, mayevasya mano yemam, mayavasya chetasam, mayeva mana adatsva. This word mana is there. Right? Mano buddhi. Is it possible to control the mind? Of course. Is it difficult? Quite a bit. But it's possible. We'll do a quick exercise right now to prove it. It's not that hard also, okay? It's a very simple exercise. Everybody sit up straight, close your eyes. Imagine you're in your house, in the kitchen. Close your eyes. Do you see yourself in your house, in the kitchen? It's nighttime. It's a dimly lit house. You walk toward the refrigerator. You open the fridge, and the light of the fridge turns on, and you see a carton of your favorite juice is there. Take out the juice, take out a glass from the cabinet, pour yourself half a glass of juice. You don't drink it all in one day, so just half a glass. And then put back the carton, close the fridge. Okay, that's the end of the exercise. I'm going to ask you a question. Is there anybody who could not visualize the juice? You didn't see it. You didn't see it. You couldn't visualize it. What did you actually see? Did you see the kitchen? You saw the fridge. Good. You probably don't like juice. Yes. You could see what? What did you see? You saw nothing at all. You really close your eyes, like really tight. Okay. Anybody else? I think most people saw it, right? I'll talk to you after this. Yeah. Most of us, so my point was that...
You may never go to kitchen.
What's that?
You may never be to the kitchen.
Oh, you may not have been to the kitchen. That's also a real thing, you know. It's a cultural phenomenon.
Our light bulb is broken in the fridge.
Ah, yeah.
Not my fridge.
Are you going to fix the...
It's not broken in my fridge.
No, hers.
I don't need it.
Oh, you don't need one.
We
Okay.
don't have it. We don't go at night to the fridge.
Oh, you don't go in the fridge in the dark. That's like crazy. Why would you do that, right? You turn on the light, you know. Who needs the light in the fridge? That's also a good point.
Food is glowing.
Yeah, my wife would tell me, you gotta fix the light in the fridge. I'm like, listen, when I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Okay, don't need to remind me every 6 months. All right? Every 6 months, get in my case. Give me a break. All right.
Oh, is it?
It's too frequent. Okay. The point I was trying to make is that if you're doing something that you really want to do, like say a fridge or something, I think that gets locked, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe we just leave it open, it's fine. Yeah, we can just leave it open, it's fine. What we're trying to prove here is that it is completely possible to control your mind, if you can direct it. We're able to direct it, something very easy to do. So, remembering this, we should remind ourselves that, look, there's no need to roam elsewhere. Just pleasantly sit in the presence of the holy name. Why? Because the holy name is full of everything that Krishna has. You know, Krishna has many, many potencies, right? He's full of all kinds of opulences. What are the list of, how many opulences normally is listed? 6, right? Complete beauty, complete strength, complete fame, complete wealth, complete renunciation, complete knowledge. 6 opulences that are in full. How many potencies of Krishna has he invested in his holy name? What is it here? Nam namakari bahudha nija sarva shakti. Sarva means all. Shakti means energies. He has invested all his potencies. Here, look at that. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. Sarva shaktis. They're not even hard and fast rules in chanting. See? But Durdevam idesham iha janina anuraga. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, but look at my misfortune. My misfortune is that I don't have spontaneous affection or a love for these names. Of course, he's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has, and he showed, but he's telling us to bring that humility in our prayers, and we don't even need to fake it. We know we don't have spontaneous attraction. And we can cry about it. And that crying will be the doorway for our success. If we can be remorseful of having, my Lord, you have put so much, everything is in your name, your beauty, your strength, your wit, your charm, your incredible genius is all in your holy names. And yet, I'm not attracted. What? I'm attracted to posters of, movie stars and things like that I put in my room. You are more charming and beautiful than anybody. My misfortune. But I'm going to try. Because I want to tell you, my Lord, that I am interested. We're interested. We want to be interested. That's right. Okay? So, what are we going to do? We should know the meaning of the Hare Krishna mantra. Krishna refers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What does the name Krishna mean?
All attractive.
All attractive. It comes from the word akarshan. Akarshan means attraction. Akrishta iti Krishna. One that attracts you from every way is Krishna. What does Hare mean? Energy of the Lord. And energy of the Lord refers to who?
Radharani.
Srimati Radharani. Her Royal Majesty, Our Lady of Mercy, Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Prabhupada writes in the Nectar of Devotion about this. Now, is Radharani mentioned in Bhagavad Gita? Strict question. Is Radharani mentioned directly in Bhagavad Gita? No. Is Radharani mentioned indirectly in Bhagavad Gita? Yes. Does anybody know what verse? We're talking about Mother Hara, right? Hara. Is she mentioned in the Gita? Yes. Yeah, you got it? No. You have the right word, but the wrong verse. You're correct. The word is correct. But it doesn't start with that. Okay, I'll give you the first word of the verse, Mahatma. The great souls. Devim yeah, you see? That's right. Mahatmanas tumam partha devim prakritim ashrita bhajanti ananya manaso gyata bhutadim avyayam. So he's telling Arjuna, prior to this verse he said that those who are bewildered, those who are materialists, those who are selfish, they surrender to the bewildering nature, mohini prakriti, which is a material nature. But those are Mahatmas, the great souls. That's why it says but. Tu means but, right? Kintu. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, they're under the protection of the divine nature, Devim Prakritim. And then they engage in my service. So Devim Prakriti refers to Srimati Radha. Now, in the purport, in the Gita, Prabhupada doesn't give us the explanation. But in Nectar of Devotion, he writes, listen carefully. To perform devotional service means to follow in the footsteps of Radharani. And the devotees in Vrindavan put themselves under the care of Radharani in order to achieve perfection in their devotional service. In other words, devotional service is not an activity of the material world. It is directly under the control of Srimati Radharani. Now he talks about Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, you see, this is the purport of Bhagavad Gita, but not in the Gita itself. It's nectar. That's why you have to read all the books. It is confirmed that Mahatmas, that's the verse, great souls are under the protection of Devi Prakriti. So you know which verse he's talking about. The internal energy, Radharani. So being directly under the control of the internal potency of Krishna, the devotional service attracts even Krishna himself. So the clues are there. That's why we need to read all the books. Study them. Not just casual read them. When you read this, our brain has to connect to that verse we read before. Which one? Why? How did I miss that? That's how we should read actively. To make the connections. Now, we'll do something special. Because Radharani's mercy is the gateway. That's why her name comes first. That's why we anchor. There's a theological reason also why we anchor on Hare. To distinguish each mantra, but also bring our mind back to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, the most kind, the most merciful. So now we are going to do 10 mantras. Okay? Anchor on the first Hare, fully focused. We're going to sit very straight this time. No slouching, no leaning. If you're sitting on a chair, that's fine, but don't lean on the chair. Sit a little bit forward, okay? Don't lean, this way you can keep your back straight. Because we want to show body language wise that we are very interested in welcoming, receiving the Lord. When someone important comes, we don't lean back in our sofa, we sit up. We stand up. Okay, but this time we're going to sit up. And we're going to pray for the mercy of Radharani. And now we are going to chant with full focus 10 mantras. Okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Hare Krishna. Now, was this okay? These 10 mantras, did you do okay in terms of getting full focus on every mantra? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes? Better? Better than before? We're getting better at it? Yes. Sometimes you'll slide back and that's okay too. Maybe the one we did earlier was stronger, this is a little bit distracted. That's okay too. But if you're getting better, that's a good sign. All right? We want to get better. Okay? Now, we're going to chant 2 full rounds on beads at your pace. I'm not going to do on the microphone, at your pace. But don't move from your seat. Sit up straight. We're going to find a partner and we're going to talk about something very important. And this is very much connected to the raga, the mood, the emotional, the heartfelt feelings we're going to bring into the space of our japa. Everyone have a partner? When you have a partner? Part with me. Come. Get a cushion. Yeah, there's a cushion over there. Okay. Sit, have a seat. Okay, this is exercise. Think of 2 things. Take a minute to think of 2 things that you're really, really grateful to the Lord for. 2 distinct things. And try to see if you can connect them to a particular event or something that the Lord did for you or something that happened to you. Take a moment to think, both of you. Okay? You decide who's going to go first and second. And you're going to really explain something that really, really brings a flood of gratitude to your heart. Okay? Whatever it may be. Think about it. Take a few seconds to think about it. Think 1 or 2. At least try to come up with 2. Okay? And reflect on it and share with your partner. We'll spend a few minutes sharing, maybe 4 or 5 minutes or so, sharing those 2 items. And then the other partner also then shares back to another 5 minutes. It's a 10-minute exercise, okay? And remember, the idea is then for us to get into a mood that, gratitude is really the attitude I want to be in all the time. It's hard to do that Sometimes when we are very in a harsh environment, we have to be sort of hard, we have to be selfish sometimes. We feel we justify our selfishness. So to undo all the toxicity of our selfishness, we have to really flood the heart with gratitude, counting our blessings. It's the attitude to have. What is the attitude? Gratitude.
To be in gratitude.
Gratitude is the attitude. Gratitude is the attitude. What does that spell? Gita. Gita. Gratitude is the attitude. Gita. Nice, right? Yes. Okay. So if you can't remember that, remember Gita. If you're grateful. So when we have that attitude, and very naturally that attitude should flow into us the moment we touch our beads. No matter what attitude we're in before, when we touch the beads, we should electrify ourselves with gratitude. With gratitude. Krishna, thank you. It immediately washes away almost all our misgivings and toxicity. Because when gratitude is there, there's no place for negativity. Because you're counting our blessings. Okay? So find 2 things to talk about that you really are grateful for. And then share with your partner in a heartfelt way. And then ask your partner to also share with you. And then can we carry that mood? Can we hold on to that feeling, that attitude, before we jump into our next round? We'll do one more round of japa after that, okay? But this time we'll apply all those principles, sitting properly, chanting clearly, making the mind focused on the sound and the heart filled with a sense of gratitude and smiling and turning to the Lord. We'll talk about that and we'll chant one round, super high quality round, okay? But right now let's talk about what? You want to pass the microphone?
It feels really good to think about what you're grateful for. It changes my whole perspective on the moment. And yeah, I just appreciate my husband more and more. Because if I appreciate him, then he actually becomes more and more humble. It's like he actually grows so much. So I really appreciate the opportunity.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yes. Actually, the world doesn't appreciate enough. So as devotees, we should make an extra effort to appreciate. There's so many things worth appreciating. Why do we focus on other things? There's so many things worth being encouraging about, encouraging others, encouraging ourselves. Probably the wire is under your seat. Yeah. Encouraging others and being appreciative. So, let us be grateful. And that's a nice feeling that the momentum of that grateful discussion carries over into our mood right now. Next few minutes, you still feel the buzz. That buzz is what we're going for as we enter into the room for chanting. You see? So, what I mean was, yesterday I gave this analogy. Climate control. Right? They have these really nice thermostats. Like you can even control them with your phone and stuff like that. Yeah, so just as we can actually dictate the temperature and the humidity of a room using some of these things. There's also humidity control. Some buildings have water tank that adjusts humidity. It's pretty far out. You can temperature control and control the humidity. We can also set our own internal temperament and humility. Not temperature and humidity, but temperament and humility. Sometimes I think I have no control over my mood. That's not true. We have control over our mood. We just literally directed our mood to be more grateful. We have to learn to create our own weather. Don't have to depend on the weather outside. Sometimes it's bright and sunny, sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes it's snowing, it's raining, windy. It doesn't matter inside. We have to control our own weather, create our own weather. Because we can. Krishna has given us the ability to do it. We should not say, I'm so helpless. No, we're not helpless, we're just lazy. We have to come out of the laziness. We just prove to ourselves we can control our minds. We prove to ourselves we can control our mood. We can guide it and drive it. Maybe you may not have some partner to bounce off the ideas, but you can just discuss within yourself that these are 5 things I'm grateful for. Count the blessings. You know? If I don't have shoes, I shouldn't be looking at the guy who has 20 pairs of shoes. I should be looking at the guy who has no feet. Oh, I have feet. Thank you, Lord, you gave me feet. I can walk. And we have compassion for those who don't have even feet. We don't need to compare ourselves for materialistic things. We don't need to worry about these things. We need to be grateful for what we have. We have so much. We have so much. You know what are the odds of even getting a human form of life? Staggering. Just on this planet alone, how many living entities are there? If you take a census, living entities. Not species, number, population. You got billions just living in your stomach right now. Take a census. Can't take a census. Can't see if they're undocumented. You know? There's so many. What are the odds that you can get a human form of life? Then, what are the odds that in the human form of life you'll be having enough opportunity to behave in a civilized, cultured way? That's very few already. Civilized culture means, you don't see a rabbit and think of strangling it and eating it. That's civilized and cultured, And even among that large population, well, relatively small population, only a few actually think there's something more than just, the eating, sleeping, working, entertainment cycle. Even the refined rich people, eat, sleep, work, entertainment. How many are actually wanting, no, there's something more to life than this. There's a purpose. There's a yearning that's deeper. It's a spiritual, what is a spiritual? A spiritual something, spiritual thirst. Out of those, how many are fortunate enough to find the framework of Krishna consciousness? Very few. And out of those who have found the framework of Krishna consciousness and are convinced of the practices, how many are actually doing it? And how many actually pushing themselves to get better at it? And how many actually getting better at it? Now the odds are staggering. Astronomical. It's not that we have accomplished something. It's just that we've received something. And we should be grateful for it. And it would be a real travesty if we now let this opportunity slip through, because now we've come so close, and just for a little bit, we're not able to cash our lottery ticket. Can you imagine if your lottery ticket is a $1.2 billion lottery ticket, but you're too lazy to go to the office to cash it? That's our situation when we have the beads in our hands and we're too lazy to chant properly. Because we're this close to getting Krishna darshan like this. But now we're too lazy to cross that one threshold. You have the ticket in your hand, the winning ticket. You have to write your name on it and go to the office to collect the check. Office is like 2 miles away. It's going to go 2 miles. Forget it. That's our misfortune. That's our situation. So we have to be grateful. How grateful is the person who has won the ticket? How grateful should we be that we won this golden ticket? To create the climate of gratitude in our heart. See. Is there anything in the world, in all these 14 worlds, worth having? Nama vina kichu nahi ko ar. Chauda bhuvana maje. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He writes, except for the holy name, in all 14 worlds, up and down, is nothing worth having. Let's not waste our time to try to prove this wrong. This is correct. This is correct. No matter how much you try, even if you win, you will lose if you think this is wrong. There's nothing worth pursuing other than this. Everything you do to survive, to eat, to have a house to live, to have a car, this, that, has to be driven by this. All our efforts are so that we can shape our lives around chanting. Chanting is the main thing, everything else is supportive. We need to move to that space in our heart. Because this is a doorway to eternity. It's an amazing opportunity of a lifetime. It doesn't cost anything. No one charges you royalties for chanting Hare Krishna. It's true. So now with that gratitude in mind, we're going to chant one round. Okay. We talk about distractions. Mind get distracted by little things. But what about major things? Actually, the word distraction in this particular situation, it's massively understating it. I'm talking about major worries that stress us to no end. They dominate. They saturate our consciousness. Day in and day out. Things like a cousin who just got diagnosed with terminal cancer, been given a few months to live. A mother who's thousands of miles away in a different country and needs our care. And we feel so helpless from here. Major legal issues, which we had no control over. It just happened. Major personal finance issues, major career issues, major relationship issues. Talking about major ones. Major problems with our children. Serious disagreements and bitterness, even between close friends or devotees, even devotees. On the topic of devotional service, sometimes really bitter. The list goes on and on and on. Now, I can tell you, Prabhu, just surrender to Krishna. Mahashucha, don't worry. And you will cut me off and say, Prabhu, I am not at that level. I can't become super surrendered and feel ecstasy, okay? It's just, I can't do that like this. It's not possible. I'm not at that level of advancement, isn't it? These very, very heavy things weigh on our mind. They're very real in the effect that they have on our focus in Japa. Isn't it true? It's real. We can't pretend they're not there. It's an elephant in the room. They affect our overall well-being in life, our health, everything. Let me offer an analogy. I spoke about this in Zoom. Suppose I ask you to hold this mug full of water for 5 minutes. Like this. You see how he's holding it out like this? For 10 minutes, no problem. 45 minutes. You start feeling tiredness. And 2 hours it becomes a ton of weight. Painful. It's torture, exquisite. And 3 hours it's like, shoot me already. So, this is what we're doing to ourselves by holding on to these worries. We don't put them down. In fact, this japa is an opportunity to put down your mug. It's like cool 2-hour opportunity. It's like, wow, you get relief. You pick it up again later, no problem. So what I'm asking you today is not to pretend that these issues don't exist. Don't bury your head in the sand like an ostrich and pretend that the lion is not coming. Don't pretend, I'm not saying masquerade as an advanced devotee who's above all this. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm asking is this. For the duration of this one round of japa, put down your mug of worries. Put it down. Give your shoulder a break. Don't worry, after that round you can go ahead and pick it up again, of course, if you want. Maybe you realize, hey, I don't have to pick it up. I don't have to worry anyway. That's even better. Because worrying doesn't really help you solve the problem. It actually makes you more debilitated. Reduces your ability to solve the problems. But sometimes you think, only if I'm worrying, then will I take my problems seriously enough. But that's not true. Worry doesn't really help in that way. See? So at least for a few minutes, put down the mug of worries. Think of all your major worries that are always prodding at you. Whether it's your career, whether it's your brother, whether it's your health, whether it's your financial future, whether it's legal problems, car problems, mother-in-law.
It's good your wife is not here.
I give that example.
It's recorded.
Never mess with Mother Nature and mother-in-law. Alright, just play it safe. For a few minutes, put down their problems. You'll feel a great deal of relief. In fact, there's something for you to look forward to if you know how to do it right. Because it's a relief. You're not going to engage your mind in worries anymore. Why? Because we are bringing the Lord into our view now. When Krishna comes, then there's no worries. Because one of the names of Krishna is Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is his dham, but also the name of Krishna is Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha, Kuntha means worries or anxiety. And Vai means in his presence there's never any anxiety. It's always don't worry, be happy. That's the way it is. It's always like that. When Krishna is present, there's no anxiety. When you fully understand Krishna's philosophy, there is no anxiety. I'm assuming everybody here has read Bhagavad Gita, at least a little bit, if not all of it. Read some of it? Yes. The Bhagavad Gita opens, Krishna's opening words are Ashocha Anvashochasvam. Shoch means worry. You are worried about something that's not worth worrying about. Shochan, Shucha. He opens with that. And the last verse in the Gita, the last effective, the capstone verse you can call it, is what? Sarva dharma paritijya mamekam sharanam aham tam sarvapyabhyo mokshayami ma shucha. He ends with that word, don't worry. And he opens with the word, you're worrying for that's not worth worrying. The whole Gita is all about worrying and how not to worry. Opening and closing. Don't worry, be happy. That's what it's about. So we do have worries because that's a reflection of our misplaced identity in this world. All our worries are based on that. Because we think this is me, this is mine, my reputation is mine, my big name is mine, my relationships are mine, my house is mine, my business is mine, my bank balance is mine. It's actually not mine. But because we think that, so we worry. And so that worry clouds our consciousness even more. But we don't want this cloud, at least while we're chanting Japa, because we want effective, strong Japa. We want to connect with Krishna. And it's one of the ways we can surrender to Krishna, by putting aside our worries. So let's learn to, first, take a moment, gather all your worries right now, whatever they are, especially the chronic ones that keep coming up again and again. Not the immediate ones, but the chronic ones. It's March, the immediate worry is filing your taxes, but think about chronic ones that constantly bother you, right? Put them all in this mug. Magically. Okay? Now, without worrying, happily, with heart full of gratitude, we're going to chant 10 mantras. Visualize the mug for 10 seconds, then put it away. Okay? And then we will chant. So 10 seconds, put it away, and then chant happily with a smile. Okay?
You got me worrying.
No, I want you to worry.
I wasn't worried.
I want you to find your worries. I want you to bring your worries. First worry for a few seconds, 3 seconds, then collect it. You want the dust to come out. And then put it in the mug. And then put it away. It's a detox. You'll see your worries. I mean, most of us worry, except for Krishna Kumari, I think we all have worries. You might have a few worries that you don't have any worries. That's itself is worrisome. Yes. Okay? So you can borrow from Shani a little bit, put in your mug. Okay? Alright? So visualize the worries. Smile because you're smiling because you know what to do with it now. The worries are not your problem anymore. They're Krishna's problem. Put in the mug, put on the side. Then we'll chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We are learning to ride bicycle. The bicycle of very good japa, ideal japa, optimal japa, perfect japa. That's a bicycle. We don't want to be wobbling. We don't want to be tripping over things. We don't want to hurt our head. The expert kid who's been riding bicycle for a while, they know what to do. It happens very quickly. So bike is standing there with a kickstand, and there's a helmet on it. The kid runs to the bike, picks up the helmet, quickly clicks it on, takes the kickstand, puts it down, sticks it back up, and then gets on the seat, gets it rolling, adjusts the gear, it's a gear bike, and before you know it. But those 5 things the kid does like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? Helmet, kickstand, seat, right? Gear, check the bell, move. Very quick, experts. Right now, we are still getting used to the bicycle. Oh, where's the helmet? Oh, what do you do with this thing? Oh, you got to put it here? Really? Oh, and where does it go? We're at that level. But we want to go fatafat. Fatafat, we say in India. Fatafat means chop chop. Really quick. Expert. So all these things we're doing, gathering the worries, putting the mug, put on the side, that should happen in half a second. But we should do it so it doesn't bother us. Sitting up straight, chanting clearly, it should happen. We don't have to remind ourselves. But right now we do. That's why we're exercising it. Filling our heart with a strong emotion that's positive spiritually, whether it's remorse. Remorse is a very strong one. Whatever is very easily available, fill the heart with that feeling. And then we are begging Krishna. Remember, this is a prayer. We're calling to Krishna, but it's a prayer. It's a prayerful mood. What's the prayer? We're asking for something. Please accept me, my Lord. Please engage me, my Lord. And when we're begging to someone for their mercy, how much feeling we want to bring, especially if you really want them to give us that mercy. That's where the rubber meets the road. We're calling out to Krishna just like a child calls out to the mother. With a lot of feeling, very organic, very natural, very deep and heartfelt. It moves the mother. The mother will drop everything. But there's a quality to that feeling. We are going to muster all the feeling we have and chant these 10 mantras. But now listen carefully. The first mantra, we put a lot of feeling in it, begging, Krishna, please accept me. But focus on the sound. Okay, remember the mood is begging, focus on the sound. Second mantra, even more intense begging. Please accept me. Third mantra, even more than second one. Can you make it to number 10? Genuinely begging. We have reached the fourth gate here now. This is the begging gate, begging for mercy. This is the mood. We've brought our gratitude to the table. We've brought our focus to the sound. We know the sound is who we're begging. We're not begging anybody else. The sound is Krishna. That's why we focus on Him. That's why our mind is in the sound and the heart is begging. Please accept me as your servant. Please engage me. Please accept me. Let me be yours. Ready? Can you do it? Yes? I'm serious. We're going to start with number 1, first one, second, third. We're going to go to 10. And the 10th one has to be 10 times more intense than the first one. Do you have the capacity? Let's see if we do. Very serious. Close your eyes. Get in the begging stance, my Lord. Please accept me as your servant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear Lord, for this opportunity to call out your name. Please bless me that I may be your servant. Please accept me, my Lord. Please let me chant the way you want me to chant. My Lord, this chanting is for your pleasure, not for anything else. This is for you, my Lord. So properly aligned intelligence creates a climate and mood conducive to connected japa. The intelligent child approaches the bicycle very, very quickly, gets all these things, including the intensity. Now the speed that the child picks up at the bike, that's the intensity we're going to bring. We want to get places. We want to go places with our japa. What are those places? Those are the atoms of the lotus feet of the Lord. This is for you, my Lord. Yeah? So remember the analogy. We have to create the climate. All right? Where do we want to be? We want to be here. We want to be in this mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Antilila 199. This is a prayer of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You might have heard this. Has anyone heard this before? It's a very beautiful prayer. Tunde tandave nimratim vitanute tundavali labdhaye karna kroda kadambini khatayate karnarvudebhya spriham chetah prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriyanam kritim no jane janita kiyad bhiramritai krishneti varnadvai. He says, I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. Do we feel this? Do we really feel that I want more mouths and ears? We're not quite there yet. But if we pray and beg intensely to Krishna, like how we did in 10 steps, there's no reason why our japa and our beads cannot be that level of intensity. There's no reason. Because the amount of time you're spending is the same. And the energy you get from it, it's not going to exhaust you. You may think it's exhausting, but the spiritual energy that generates when you come in touch with Krishna, it electrifies you. You'll end up refreshed. You will see life is worth living. Nobody's happier than a person who's in love. And there's no love greater than the love of Krishna. In the purport to the prayers of Queen Kunti, there's one purport. Prabhupada writes, those are materially puffed up persons. They are incapable of uttering the holy name of the Lord by addressing Him feelingly. O Govinda, O Krishna. We can't, if you're materially contaminated and puffed up, especially if you're very proud, we can't call out Krishna feelingly because we think we're all that. It is said in the Shastra, listen carefully, that by once uttering the holy name of the Lord, the sinner gets rid of a quantity of sins he is unable to commit. Such is the power of uttering the holy name of the Lord. There is not the least exaggeration in this statement. Actually, the Lord's holy name has such powerful potency. But there is a quality to such utterances also. What is the quality he's talking about? Depends on the quality of feeling. This is Prabhupada teaching us. We cannot or we shouldn't chant feelinglessly, with no feelings. So you see, what he's saying, the potency of the name varies with the feeling. I thought the name is equally powerful. No. The name is universally available and powerful. But the potency of the name in our life will be commensurate with our feeling. That's what I'm saying. Let's ratchet it up. Intensity. Intense feeling, begging for the nectar of the Holy, begging to be reinstated as a servant of the Lord. Begging to come out, my Lord, please pull me out of my own rascaldom. I am my own worst enemy. I'm so good at justifying negativity, self-destruction, anti-patterns. Please pull me out of that rascaldom. Pull me out of this quagmire of self-deception. It depends on the quality of feeling. Even once if you chant the name properly with the right feeling, it deletes more sin than you can commit. It's amazing. So, we have to bring the feeling of intensity when we chant. So what are some of the feelings? One is gratitude, which we explored quite a bit. We did an exercise. Another one is appreciation. What are some of the qualities of the Lord? Lord has many qualities, He's beautiful and so on. What are some of the qualities of the Lord that we can appreciate? You can raise your hand, just say one word, qualities. Mercy. First one always out the gate is always mercy. Always. Yes, Prabhu.
Very kind.
Kind, yes, which is very close to mercy. Yes. And then we have to think about the rest. That's how much power, that's how much more, like mercy is so far ahead of everything else. His bhakta vatsalata, his merciful disposition toward his devotees is the devotee's favorite quality. That's why the first one out the gate, kindness is related to that. Of course, his beauty is there, his charm, his wit, his sweetness. It's all connected to his mercy. Which is why the natural verse is this. Strongly urge you to learn or to read this verse. This is the 14th chapter in the 10th canto. Do you know what's happening in the 14th chapter? Give you a clue. That little picture there will give you a clue.
Brahmaji?
Yes. Brahma's prayers. Brahma Vimohan happened in chapter 13. Chapter 14, he's been straightened out and he's offering prayers to the Lord. He's offering prayers to the Lord. And this is the prayer that he offers. Very beautiful. It's very poetic. This prayer is worth learning. Esham ghosha nivasinam uta bhavan kim devarate tinash cheto vishva phalat phalam tvadaparam kutrapyayan muhyati sadveshadiva putanapi sakula tvameva deva pita Tadhamartha suhrit priyatmatanaya pranashayastvatkrite. Lord Brahma praying, my mind becomes bewildered. Just trying to think of what reward other than you could be found anywhere. There's no greater reward, there's no greater gift, there's no greater benediction than Krishna personally. You are the embodiment of all benedictions, which you bestow upon these residents of the cowherd community of Vrindavan. You have already arranged to give yourself to Putana and her family members. For what? In exchange for her just disguising herself as a devotee. Not being a devotee. For pretending to be a devotee. For disguising herself as a devotee. So what is left for you to give these devotees of Vrindavan, whose homes, whose wealth, friends, and dear relations, and bodies, and children, and very lives and hearts are all dedicated only to you? You see, it's a poetic thing. He's like, Krishna, you've become bankrupt. You gave yourself completely to Putana. You have nothing left to give these guys who really deserve what you... And why did you give yourself to Putana? Not just Putana. You extended the family discount to her family members. Putanapi Sakula. Right? Who was Putana's family members? They're not very nice people either. Bakasur, Aghasur. These are like asuras. These are demons who try to kill Krishna. Krishna gave them liberation because he extended the family discount from Putana. And why did Putana get liberation? Sadvesh. Vesh means dress. Sad means devotional dress. In the sense that, what does he mean devotional dress? He means that just by disguising, pretending to be a devotee. You saw her action that she came to feed you, and you took it the positive way only. You refused to look at the poison. You refused to look at her negative aspect. You're so kind. You're so merciful. That's why we call it the super mercy of the Lord. Hare Krishna. That, my Lord, you're so absolutely kind. So now I'm appealing to you. Well, first of all, I'm bewildered because now you're bankrupt. That's why he says, he opens it, right? He says, my mind becomes bewildered. How are you going to pay back these people? The Vrindavan Vasis. Pranashayastat krite. Prana asha. Their breath, their life airs, their hopes, their dreams. Everything is you only. So your indebtedness to them is mind-boggling. Bewildered. This is the mercy of the Lord. So we can rest assured that the Lord will reciprocate. We at least, we're not trying to kill him with poison. We're trying to remove the poisons from our lives, our toxicity, our selfishness, and so on. Lust, greed, anger, envy. These are our selfish toxins. We want to detoxify. It's a bit of a project. That's fine. Krishna is very powerful. He'll help us through that. We are approaching him, and we want to try to approach him through the footsteps of the residents of Vrindavan, including Vrinda Devi, who's here. She's literally right here with us. E nivedana dharo, sakhir anugata koro, seva adhikara diye koro nijadasi. My dear Tulsi Devi, please hear my prayer. Make me a follower of the damsel of Braja. Seva adhikar, give me the qualification and make me your maid servant. This is a raga nuga bhakti prayer. We want to be sakhis. What? Maid servant. Karonija. We don't say Karonija das. We say Karonija dasi. Yeah, you were saying it. You have a beard and everything. But Karonija dasi. Make me a maid servant. I have one too, I just shaved it. But we are begging to be like that. To be a servant. So, certainly, the Lord will offer us his mercy. And with that level of certitude, we can happily approach the Lord. My Lord, you're so kind to Putana. Show me a little bit kindness also. And you beg. You see. That's why this actually falls under the shelter, under the umbrella of appreciation. Do you remember the raga? Remorse, appreciation, gratitude. So this is appreciation. We can appreciate the mercy of the Lord. Isn't it a nice thing to appreciate? Right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? Right? I want to talk about the first one. R. R stands for? It can be remembrance or remorse. I'm going to focus on remorse. It's very intense. Remorse is a very intense feeling. It's a deep and powerful emotion that can really transform our lives. Prisoners who have 25-year sentences are commuted to 5 years because they generally show remorse. Isn't it? I mean, even in the modern world, like, they show remorse. And the judge says, I'm going to let you off on your own recognizance. Same R. Our acharyas have expressed many bhajans of this mood. Even Lord Chaitanya does it. You know that? Lord himself does this. We explored this verse earlier today. Anybody remember that verse? Where he's remorseful that he has no taste.
No.
Yes, exactly. Durdaivam idrisha mihajani na anuraga. Look at my misfortune. I'm unfortunate. I'm so unfortunate. I have no attraction for them. Here we see Mahaprabhu himself crying and having a sense of remorse that he doesn't have attraction to the holiness. How is that possible? He's setting a pace, an example for us. This is the mood. He likes that mood. Why is he doing it? Why is he doing this? He's doing it so that it inspires a sense of remorse that we actually look at ourselves, we actually don't have taste, but we're supposed to. Occasionally we've got glimpses of it though. When it was chanted, we've had glimpses of the presence of the Lord. That's the free sample that the Lord gives us. Now we run after it. This is a nice bhajan by Narottam Das Thakur. Hari Hari Bifale Janama Gavayu Manusha Janama Paya Radha Krishna Na Bhajiya Janiya Shuniya Vishakhayu. My Lord Hari, I spent my life uselessly. Manusha Janam Paya, I got this human birth, but I didn't worship Radha Krishna. I have knowingly drunk poison. So this is the nature of pure love. The nature of pure love is to not think that I have love. If someone says, I have a lot of love for God, he has no love. That person who thinks, I have just not even a trace, that person is approaching now love. See? So he always thinks that he doesn't even have a drop of love. Okay. Now Prabhupada, he wants us to practice Krishna consciousness with a lot of intensity. Tivrena bhakti yogena. So much intensity. This tivra means intense. He said that we have to be, how many hours in a day Krishna conscious? 24. Not 18? Because you got to sleep at least 6. How can it be 24 hours Krishna conscious? Maybe 20. And today, 23. But maybe 20. How can it be 24 hours Krishna conscious? How can we be having our loving feelings and emotions so strong that we're 24 hours Krishna conscious? Have you seen an example of 24-hour Krishna conscious? 24-hour, someone in love 24 hours? I mean, while they're sleeping, they're knocked out. Oh, she's pointing to this Mataji over here. That's right. This Mataji here is 24 hours in love. And I'll tell you why. Because she's busy taking care of the baby. When we love, we are 24 hours aware. We cannot stop thinking of our beloved, even if we want to. Even in our sleep, Mataji, in her sleep also, her husband will testify. Even in the sleep, she'll be like, where are you? Subconscious state, make sure the baby is safe. We think of our object of love. This is called 24 hours. So much affection is there, very natural. This is very natural. All mothers have this. When my son Madhav, I have a son, Madhav. His mother's not here, so I'll talk about her. So he would sleep with us when he was about this age. He would sleep in the bed. And I would watch, and his mother is sleeping. And in her sleep, she would put her hand out, she would, Mother, Mother, and she would smile. She wouldn't remember that she did it. But so much love is there that even in the sleep, that is happening. He's grown up a little bit now. He's 23 years old. But this is a universal phenomenon in all cultures. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter whether you're coming from Africa or Far East or India or Northern Asia, or doesn't matter where you're from. This is there in every culture. This is love. It's actually who we are. We cannot stop being loving beings. It's just that we are stifled our loving nature by misguided selfishness. So this transcendental sonic therapy, this chanting process, it's therapy. It's essential for us to revive this lost love. We should be thinking of Krishna even in our sleep. Krishna, Krishna. We should be dreaming of him. But when you love, you dream, you think. That is the intensity that we want. Okay. So, remember the 4 gates now? We're going to chant a few more mantras. The fundamentals, sit properly, pronounce clearly. The mind, make sure you're only hearing the sound. The heart means you bring your heartfelt, intense feelings, and every mantra you take it to the next level. Okay, we're going to try it again, 10 mantras this time. Okay, and then we beg intensely for the mercy of the Lord. So this is how we go into the temple. Gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, go from the deities are over there. This gate, the door, the handle is on the other side. We have no control. We cannot open this. It's like one of these doors where there's no handle. It's on the other side, right? These we have our control. If we give our 100% in all these, Krishna will open the other one. Because he's very kind. We just saw how kind he is. But what can we do at the 4th gate? We can't even knock. We can only cry and beg for his mercy. We can say, my Lord, I have now given you everything I have. What more can I give you? Please open your gate and give me your mercy. I'm trying my best to convey to you that I am interested. I'm interested in you, my Lord. I know that I'm not perfect, but your names are perfect. And I'm trying to chant them. I'm now at your mercy. So we beg like this, okay? So for this exercise, let's get in the begging stance. Close your eyes. We're going to chant 10 mantras, each mantra with more intense begging energy, more intense plea. My Lord, please accept me as your servant. Take 10 seconds to really gather this energy and beg. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Take a breath. Take a moment to thank the Lord from your heart for coming here in the form of His holy name. Let us bow down to Him in our heart again and again. Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much for your kind attention and your valuable time. We're going to take a little lunch break now and we'll reconvene at 2. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare